6 to 1 new. Pound of quality. 6 to 1 new. 6 to 1 new. 6 to 1 new. 21 desperate.
Silver Blaze.
If he runs, my lord, to win or place, my lord.
To win, of course.
Any more like you at home?
Withdrawn, Bayard.
Wait a minute. He's breaking through. Come on, Silver Blaze.
Come on, Silver Blaze. Come on, Smithers. Oh, go on, go on, go on. You're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win. Wonders, Mr. Holmes, and I owe you 1,000 apologies for having doubted your ability. Now, you've done me a great service by recovering my horse. You'd do me a greater still if you could lay your hands on the murderer of John Straker.
I've done so.
What? What's all this about if you've got him? Where is he then?
He's here.
Here? Where?
Someone who's in our presence at this very moment.
Yes, I quite recognize that I'm under obligations to Mr. Holmes, but this is either a very bad joke or an insult.
So the real murderer, Colonel, is standing immediately behind you.
What, the horse?
Yes, the horse. And it may lessen his guilt if I say that it was done entirely in self-defense. And that John Straker was a man quite unworthy of your trust.
Number 4, sir. Winner.
Come on, Ross.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much. I did it last year. Yes, it's very nice. Thank you very much.
You know, Number 12.
Number 12. Yeah.
Chestnut. Roast chestnut.
Very proud of it, very proud. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I confess, Colonel, that when we came down to King's Parliament, I was convinced that Fitzroy Simpson was the true culprit. All the newspaper and police reports seemed to point to it.
It was only when I entered the trainer's house that the immense significance of the coloured mutton occurred to me.
I confess, even now I cannot see how it helps.
Powdered opium, Colonel, is by no means tasteless. I am correct.
Oh, quite correct. The Flavor is not distasteful, but it is perceptible. Were it mixed with an ordinary dish, the eater would undoubtedly detect it, but would probably eat no more. Curry was exactly the medium with which to disguise the taste.
So it must have been Straker or his wife.
Exactly.
Because I remember you spoke of a dog.
The dog that didn't bark in the night. Well, someone had been into the stable and taken out the horse, and the dog had not barked. So obviously this midnight visitor was someone the dog knew well.
I was already convinced that it was Straker.
But for what purpose should he take out the horse and drug his own stable boy?
A dishonest one, obviously. There have been cases before now where trainers have made great sums of money by laying against their own horses and then preventing them from winning.
Well, sometimes you get a pulling jockey, I will say that.
Sometimes by surer and more subtle means. This singular knife, which was found in the dead man's hand, and which no sane man would use as a weapon, right, Doctor?
Yes, only used in the most delicate operations.
It was used for a very delicate operation, that knife. Excuse me. As you know, Colonel, with your wide knowledge of turf matters, that it is possible to make a slight nick in the horse's tendon and do it subcutaneously. Any slight lameness will be put down to a strain in training or bruise, never foul play.
Villain, the damn scoundrel.
Not an operation to be done in the stable, no food for me. So sensitive a creature would arouse the soundest of sleepers.
I've been blind, and Gregory too. Of course, that's why he needed the candle and struck the match.
When I examined Straker's belongings, I was fortunate to discover not only the method of the crime, but also the motive. Most men do not carry other people's bills in their pockets. From this, I concluded that Straker was leading a double life. The nature of the bill shows that there was a woman in the case, and a woman of expensive tastes. Liberal though you are with your servants, I'm sure they're not able to afford 22 guinea walking dresses for their ladies. Mrs. Straker never had one by her own admission. When I visited Bond Street the other morning, I showed Madame Lazurier this photograph of Straker. She recognized him as an extremely good customer called William Derbyshire, with a very dashing young wife with a partiality for expensive dresses.
Women. Women! I suppose it was she who plunged him head over heels into debt and so led him to this miserable plot.
Straker led out Silver Blaze into the hollow, where its light would not be visible from the yard. Simpson, in his flight, had dropped his scarf. Straker picked it up, with the idea, no doubt, that he might use it in securing the horse's leg. Straker was able to light his candle, but just as he had the knife ready, the horse lashed out and caught him a fatal blow on the forehead.
Why? Why did the horse lash out so suddenly? Frightened by the candle, the knife?
Well, animals have a
Strange instinct. They seem to know when some mischief is intended.
My final shot, I must confess, was a long one. It struck me that such an astute man as Straker would not undertake this tender nicking without a little practice. The
sheep. Of course. Wonderful, my dear. Now you've explained all but one thing. The horse. Now, where was the horse?
Well, I think we must have a little amnesty in that direction, Colonel.
It bolted and was looked after by one of your neighbors. Gentlemen, I give you a toast to Silver Blaze, coupled with the names of my friends, Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. To Silver Blaze.